Hi, this is KeatonCart89 with another collection video post-Christmas of my 3D Blu-ray pickups. So we'll start off with the present that I got for Christmas. It's Avengers Age of Ultron. I really liked Age of Ultron. I know a lot of people say that, you know, Civil War is much better, and I agree, Civil War is the better movie. But this is an Avengers movie, and I know people think that Civil War was Avengers 2.5. But I liked this. I thought it was a really good movie, and I did like Ultron as the main villain of the movie. A 3D Blu-ray I got in the post today. I've yet to watch this. So Disney's 3D Beauty and the Beast, the animated movie. As a little caveat, when I was in Disney World in 1991, I actually saw a pencil test of this being animated. And it was really impressive even then, and I believe it's on the special features on the DVD and certainly the Blu-ray standard edition. That pencil test is there, and in the credits of the movie it does actually say the Florida Park animation unit is featured in that. So it's a little bit of personal history for me with this title. Really impressive. I can't wait to watch it, and it's one of my favourite Disney movies of all time. Ghostbusters, the reboot or the rehash or whatever it is. It's not the original movie. It's not even Ghostbusters 2. Both disappointing that they aren't on Blu-ray 3D. They would be my first pickups if that were the case. However, I have heard good things about the 3D in this movie, so I picked this title up from cheap from CEX, and I'm willing to give it a watch. I didn't think the movie was as bad as everyone says it is, but it's clearly not a patch on the originals. So I'll watch it with the 3D. I paid less than, I think, £3 for this. So, you know, it's cheaper than a rental. So why not watch it? Saw 3D, the final chapter. Again, another disc I bought for really cheap. I think this was about £2 from CEX. And again, cheaper than a rental, so I thought I'd watch it. I've only really seen the first of the Saw movies, and, you know, I was happy with that. Thought it was a good first movie, but we'll see. I bought this for the 3D alone. Ant-Man and the Wasp. I love Ant-Man and the Wasp. I love the first Ant-Man as well. I have followed Ant-Man in the comics when I was much younger. And this really is a really great Marvel movie. Really love the Ant-Man movies. Happy to have it in my collection. And really happy that it actually came out on 3D Blu-ray, because it's starting to reach the end of the line now, admittedly. But really happy to have it. Marvel movie. And it leads in to the next Avengers movie, which we're all waiting for with bated breath. SpongeBob Squarepants the movie, Sponge Out of Water, 3D. This is a weird one for me. I've had SpongeBob on UMD, so I have a history with this. 3D, I've not watched a lot of the SpongeBob animated shows when they were on Nickelodeon, but this is something. It is in 3D. You know, SpongeBob's nose and SpongeBob's cheeks are clearly 3D. The elements are clearly there in 3D, and it's really fun to see. Again, I got this the humor in it. I haven't watched it fully. I'm about, I don't know, 30 minutes in, and it was like, okay, let's see what you've got. And I'm fully intending to finish watching this movie, and we'll see where it goes. I've heard David Hasselhoff's in it, but we'll see where we go. Star Trek Beyond 3D. Again, another Star Trek movie. This is the preferred 3D movie for me, other than the second Into Darkness, which I showed in a previous video. Again, no first movie, the Chris Pine original Star Trek movie, but I'm happy to get this. I really like the premise of the movie. The villains, obviously, they're all humans with, you know, computer-generated faces and all that kind of stuff, but as a film, I thought the space station was really impressive in 3D. I thought the ship was really impressive in 3D, and certainly when it went to warp in the opening credits, really, really, really immersive in 3D. So again, another film I didn't yet finish watching in 3D, but I will come back to it, and it was a great purchase, I think, to pick up. The Wolverine Unleashed Extended Edition. Yes, it's the Ryan Reynolds Wolverine. It's difficult for me because I haven't really watched this movie since I watched the movie that was online before it was actually in cinemas. So I'm willing to give it a chance. I'm willing to pay my money and watch it. I will watch it just for the 3D really, and the opening first sequence I think is the best thing about the movie when they go through the time periods. Liev Schreiber, liked Liev Schreiber, so I will give it that as Sabretooth. But you know, happy to have it in my collection and in 3D. And the front cover, you've got to say, is fantastic. Slip-cased. But again, happy to have it for a cheap price from CX. I think I paid about £3.50 for this. Right, another Christmas present, Titanic. This one comes over 2 discs, 4 discs in the set. And really, the 3D, it's James Cameron. It's going to be, you know, one of the benchmarks, and it is. The 3D on the ship is fantastic. The colours really pop on this. You know, the red hair that, you know, Kate Winslet has, I'm reading the cover as I say it, has in the movie, really pops. The colours are very vibrant, and, you know, that's one of the advantages of having PS VR as a 3D platform. You know, your colours aren't diminished by wearing the tinted glasses. You can see the image, although obviously not as high resolution as a 3D television directly. The screens aren't that high in resolution, being on the smaller size, but with this transfer in 3D, you really do see what they were aiming for without the dark tint in front of your eyes. It's a fabulous movie. You know, I will say, you know, a lot of people dismiss Titanic. Oh, you know, it's just Titanic. You know, that was ages ago. It's one of the biggest movies of all time for a reason. Really great movie, fantastic looking colours and transfers. The 3D really pops, and I cannot recommend this highly enough. Get it if you have 3D. Just coming to the last couple of movies in my collection for this time. A Russian release, Edge of Tomorrow. Every movie has things about it. This one has multiple titles. You know, it's from the original Japanese anime, Everything is Kill. I think they should have kept that title. I think Edge of Tomorrow sort of sets the movie apart. It does get repetitive, but there's a reason why in the story. I really enjoy it as a Tom Cruise movie. Really enjoy the movie overall. Happy to pick it up. Went after this for quite some time to get it at a great price. Eventually, I went to Russia for it, and I'm not disappointed. Great 3D, although not as, you know, not as visually popping as other films. Certainly, the Marvel Ant-Man and the Wasp, you know, had more of a 3D pop. But I couldn't pass this one by. It's a great movie, and I really enjoyed watching it. Recommend it. And the last movie in my collection is one I've already bought on Blu-ray, but I thought I'd get it on 3D, and it's this one, The War for the Planet of the Apes. I love the Planet of the Apes movies. I have done ever since the Charlton Heston original. I've bought the TV series featuring Roddy McDowall, and the animated series I've got. You know, the Charlton Heston original box sets I've bought. I've bought the VHS, the DVD, the Blu-ray. I've bought as many iterations of Planet of the Apes. Bought books and comics. You know, I've done a lot over the years with Planet of the Apes, and this series has not let me down. Andy Serkis is fabulous as Caesar. Sad to see it end, but you know, it wraps up the trilogy with a nice bow, and it's just really is a great trilogy. One of the best, in my opinion, of all time, trilogy-wise. You're doing yourself a disservice if you don't get this and you have 3D Blu-ray. However, it isn't as visually popping as the Marvel stuff. It isn't as visually popping as the Star Trek stuff in certain cases. You're watching basically for the faces and the effects of the apes. They don't sort of reach out of the screen. It's not played for 3D. And that does show, you know, the effects are for the story, and I fully was taken on board, and I'm glad to have it on 3D. It isn't really that much different than the 2D Blu-ray, but I really was happy to get it in my collection in 3D. Right, so that's the end of this pickup video. I've got more 3D Blu-rays on the way, but I'm going to shake it up with a change of pace and do maybe a couple of figure reveals and unboxings and things like that in the next video. So thanks for watching. Hopefully see you in the next video. Share, like and subscribe.